student, welcome back to now bio class, right? So last week we discussed about the human reproductive system in our NEET section, and today we discuss about the female reproductive system. This system is very unique, very important for human reproduction, and today we discuss about a lot of information from the female reproductive structure. Today we discuss about the different parts, what is the importance of the parts, and what is the different role of this part for the human reproduction. All of these things we discuss in our today class, right? So one by one we discuss this thing, right? So today we discuss female reproductive system. So now we start the very interesting topic, that is the female reproductive system. Okay, so in the female reproductive system, you know, this system is very unique, very important, and they take the most important role in the human reproduction. So we classify the female reproductive system into the three important parts. Most important part, that is the primary sexual organ of the female, that is the ovary. How many ovaries is there? 2 ovaries is there, so it is called the pair ovaries. Ovaries is a primary sex organ because it is the site of the production of ovum. On the other hand, production of different hormones like estrogen and progesterone are happening in the ovary. But you know, the ovary is the most important organ. Okay, right, very good. But another organ, that is the accessories ducts, also it is called the secondary sexual organ, which will help in the fertilization process, also in the sexual reproduction process. So they take also the important role. Like oviducts, you know, it is the fallopian tube. How many fallopian tube is there? 2 fallopian tube is there, right? Another most important organ, that is the uterus. Also it is called the womb, where all the child grow on it. That is the uterus. And vagina, it is the most important part. It is the site for receiving of the sperm. So it is take the important role in the sexual intercourse. All these 3 parts are the accessories ducts helping the sexual reproduction. But you know, the external genitalia, that is support the secondary accessories ducts, also help the protection of the female reproductive tract. All glands is help to sexual reproduction indirectly, but they take the important role. What is it? This is the accessories or external genitalia. It has like the mons pubis, vestibule, hymen, and clitoris. Very important, very sensitive part in the human female. But what is their role? We discuss our today class. Okay. So at first we go. There is the most important part, female reproductive system. It is the ovary, because it is a primary sexual organ, most important organ. 2 organs is there in that particular location is there. This one is the ovary, right? But ovary ultimately located particular one position in our abdomen of the female bodies by different ligaments. This ligament is very important. So you know, the primary sex organ which is produce the ova. Ova means the egg cells, that is the female gamete, and it is a diploid in nature. They have the 2n number of chromosome, right? That is the most important function. But another function is that they also produce the steroid hormone. Steroid hormone means these hormones are the lipids in nature, right? Chemically they are in lipids in nature. They have the 2 common hormones. They take the very important role in all the female bodies on their sexual characters, sexual features, that is the estrogen and progesterone. These 2 hormones are called the ovarian hormone. Why they are called the ovarian hormone? Because they are excreted from the ovary. So in that case, the ovary also act as a endocrine glands. So that is the ovary. But you know, in our NCERT books, one important part is there, that is given the length of the ovary. That is each ovary 2 to 4 centimeter in length. This information, all of this information are from NCERT book. Please, you should remember all of this information, because that is all information is very important in your NEET exam. Now you know, in here the ovary is present, but how they are ultimately positioned in that particular location? By the help of ligament. You know, ultimately they are located on the both side of the lower abdomen and ultimately connected by the pelvic wall, and uterus by the ligament. So two ligaments is there. This one type of ligament, it is attached with the pelvic wall. Another one is attached with the uterus wall. So two type of most important, the ligament is there which attached with the ovary to locate the cyst in particular position. So now we discuss that. You know, this is the ovary and the internal structure of the ovary. This picture also from your NCERT book. You just find out in your NCERT book, this picture is there, and this picture is very important. Please, you draw this picture again and again in your copy, because every labeling is very important, right? So you know that each ovary ultimately is covered by a thin membrane. That means that each ovary is covered by a thin membrane. Thin membrane means it is the epithelium layer, because epithelium is a tissue which is covered all the organs. But in here we ultimately tell that things. Epithelium is covered is there on the ovary, but inside all the materials is there. It is called the ovarian stroma. So if I ask you a question, ovarian stroma are enclosed by which type of tissue? By epithelial tissue, right? Very good. But all of this part are the ovarian stroma. But now we classify all the ovarian stroma into the two parts. One is the cortex, the external zone, and another is the middle zone, that is called the medulla. So the two important part, cortex external, medulla internal part. But you know, ovary contains ultimately group of cells. In here you see the different types of cells. Different growing stage is there of the different cells. So it is called the Graafian follicles. Graafian follicle, which one you tell? Which one is the Graafian follicle? Which one? That means it is the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle means they are in maturing state. What is mature? In the Graafian follicle, the egg cells are mature in that particular cell stage. After the maturation, egg cells are released from that Graafian follicle, also from that ovary. It is called ovulation. After that, a yellow color structure are formed. This one is the fifth number. This is the empty follicles. After that, it is formed the corpus luteum. This corpus luteum is very unique structure for the secrete the progesterone hormone. But you know, I already tell that estrogen hormone are released from the ovary, but from which part they are excreted? This is the Graafian follicle, which is excrete the estrogen hormone. But you know, each of these follicles, all of these follicles ultimately carry centrally placed the ovum. It is generally in the common sense it is called the ovum. You also maybe it is called the secondary oocytes, or also it is the developing secondary oocytes, right? It is a different name, but commonly it is called the ovum. But you know, most important things is there. We discuss now the accessory duct system. That means this is the different pipe, different parts which is help to transportation of the ovum. You understand already that accessory ducts have the three important parts. Number one, this one is called the oviducts, and this one is called the uterus, and this one is called the vagina. So these two important parts help in the reproduction. So they are called accessories ducts. Also it is called secondary sexual organ of the human body because they are indirectly help in the reproduction. So this picture also from the NCERT book. All the pictures are from the NCERT book. So please you carefully draw this picture. All of this picture is very important. All the labeling also be important in your NEET syllabus. So first of all we discuss about the oviducts. Oviducts mean it is a fallopian tube. You know in the NCERT book one information is there. The length of the fallopian tube is that 10 to 12 centimeter in long. This information is very important. Also you know in the fallopian tube, if you zoom that part, that time you observe that in the fallopian tube have three important regions. One is infundibulum, second one ampulla, and third one the isthmus. Three important parts take the important role for transporting the secondary oocytes. So, but in here also finger-like projection is there, that is called the fimbriae. So one by one we discussed all of these things. So number one, that is the infundibulum. It is ultimately one funnel-shaped like structure. This funnel-like structure is there, funnel-shaped structure. And in the opening or the exit sides is there, this is a finger-like projection is called, that is fimbriae. In here it is fimbriae, but what is the fimbriae functions? Their functions, ovary, this one is the ovary. After the maturation, after the ovulation, they release the secondary oocyte. By the help of fimbriae, they ultimately take the secondary oocyte. This one the function of the fimbriae. But next region, in here, this one is called the ampulla. But what is the function of the ampulla? It is most commonly like the wider part, this one, compared to others in that particular isthmus. And isthmus comparatively narrow zone, narrow part, narrow tube. But what is the function? If you are compared like this part, like isthmus, are joining the oviduct into the uterus. Also you tell that it is the function of the isthmus to joining the oviducts into the uterus, right? It is a function also. But you know in here in the NCERT book one important information there, ciliated epithelium. In the oviduct, if you see observe in the underside of the epithelial tissue, most important another type of epithelial tissues is there, that is called ciliated epithelium. So inside the oviducts, the ciliated epithelium layer is present. Ciliated means they have the cilia. Why the cilia is present? Because it is help to movement the secondary oocytes, right? So this is the most important features of the oviduct. Also another question is also becoming ciliated epithelium, where is present in the female reproductive system. That time your answer is the oviducts. Next one we discuss that the uterus, the most important structure. They take importance from the growth of the human baby, also take the important role in the menstrual cycle. So if the fertilization are happening, the uterus take the important role. If not fertilization are happening, that time also the uterus take the important role. So they take the important role in all time. So this is very important. Now we will discuss about the structure of the uterus. What is the different part? You know in there it is a pear-shaped like structure. It is also be supported by the ligaments which is attached to pelvic wall. Otherwise it is movable parts, right? So they are attached with the ligament. So that is not move, right? So ligament take the important role in here. But you know, in the particular structure of the uterus, we ultimately divide into the, it is in the three zone. Upper part like this one is called the fundus, and the middle part it called the body, and enter the lower part is called the cervix. Cervix as the most important region compared to others, right? Now the cervix in their position, they ultimately open into the another part, into the vagina. Vagina is the opening part. But you know, in the NCERT book, the uterus have the three wall. External wall is called perimetrium, middle layer is called myometrium, and you know the inner membrane is called the endometrium. But a perimetrium comparatively it is very thin. This one is very thin layer just outside. But most important, middle thick main muscular layer, that means they have the smooth muscle on it, that is the myometrium, and they take the important role when in the childbirth time. That time their smooth muscle are contract and they are very thin that time, which is helping the childbirth. So another important part, that is the endometrium. This one, endometrium, inner glandular and vascular structure. Blood vessels are very much present in their particular side. Short for that reason, every month endometrium are thin. That time the blood vessels are break down. So blood are released from that particular part in the menstruation time. Right? So that is very trouble for the human female. But that is the consequence or the events. But now we discuss another point, that is the vagina. Vagina means you are comparatively see that in here, after that it is the vagina part. What is it? Vagina ultimately opens the exterior position between the uterus to anus. This one, and you know the lumen. Lumen means the right old cavity is there, is lined by the glycogen layer of the mucous membrane. That means in here some carbohydrate material is there, also mucus are secreted in there. And you know, in here, when you observe that things, in here ultimately most important sensitive papilla is there. That means it have the nerve ending. So it have the lots of sensitivity, lots of sensation power. Very much sensation power is there because for that sensitive papilla is present there. But one important gland is there, that is the Bartholin gland, that is also be present tip of the vagina, which is helped to secrete the mucus, which is helped in the sexual intercourse process, and all the passage are become the slippery because the secretion of the Bartholin gland's mucus. So their secretion of the Bartholin gland lubricating their penis during the sexual act. Without these ultimately Bartholin glands, any male cannot sexual intercourse. They feel lots of pain, right? On that behalf, the Bartholin gland take the important role in the sexual intercourse. Now we discuss another important point, that is the external genitalia, external parts, that is like the external openings of the female part. Their most important function is help the protection, but another important sensitivity function also be there. So what is there? Like in the external genitalia, it is have the mons pubis, it is have the vestibules, it has like the hymens, it is have the clitoris, it is have the labia majora and the labia minora. All of these parts are belongs to external genitalia. So at first we discuss about the mons pubis. Where is the mons pubis? In that particular region, you can observe that it is the mons pubis region. It is like a cushion of fatty tissues and covered by pubic hairs, right? They have the pubic hairs and lots of fatty material or adipose tissues are present on the mons pubis. Another point is there, that is a vestibule. You also observe these things, in particular this structure. This is the vestibule part. In here, that part is the vestibule. That means it is ultimately a channel, like a cavity, like it includes, in particular this part, labia majora, labia minora. What is it? Labia majora is actually large flaccid, fatty and hairy outer folds surrounding the vaginal opening. There is only fatty tissues that is present in external point, so it is called labia majora, and in the inside of the labia majora the present labia minora, and these two important part is the belongs to vestibule. Labia minora is there in that particular inner side of the fatty tissue, but it is very small, it is very thin and hairless inner folds. So difference you got it. In here comparatively it is the thick, the labia majora, they have some hairy part, but in the case of labia minora it is the thin and hairless inner folds. It is the outer folds. Clear? The two parts belongs to vestibule. Now we discuss about most important things, the hymen. Hymen means it is a membrane, like its membrane just covering the vaginal opening, covered the vaginal opening. So what is their function? What is their function? They help to protection. But at time the first in the sexual intercourse, when the penis are just put their head on the hymen, that time it is break. So it is very soft membrane. Very soft membrane. But you know, if you think that only in the sexual intercourse in the first time the hymen is break, that is totally wrong, because hymen also be break in different time, like you know, the sometimes like vaginal tampon or activity defining like lots of exercise. So when some girls are ultimately engaged into due to different playing activities, that time it is maybe break. So that is very soft, and hymen is not a reliable for indicator of virginity or virginity. That means, you know, if the virginity is not testing by the presence of the hymen, some pupils are ultimately wrong behave on that, right? Because that is very soft membrane, that is maybe break another time, not for only the intercourse. You bear in mind, all of the boys, please you bear in mind, this information is very important for your real life. Another important part, that is the clitoris. It is there in that particular region. Clitoris are highly sensitive portion of the human female body parts, and just from the urethral opening. At first, you know, it is the urethral opening, and another in the bottom side the vaginal opening is there. Above the urethral opening, this part is called the clitoris, highly sensitive part, right? This is the clitoris. Now we discuss the another sexual secondary organ, because it is helped in the child, because you know, the breast or the mammary gland take the important role of the child nourishment. You know, the breast milk is the best food for the newborn baby, so it is a part of the accessories reproductive organs. Now we discuss the structure of the mammary glands. So you know, it is a pair of mammary glands present, contains the glandular tissue and fat, so that is very soft in nature. Glandular tissue, you know, that is most important. Each breast about 15 to 20 mammary lobes is there, and it is containing the cluster of the alveoli. Also it is called mammary alveoli. This is the mammary alveoli, right? You can hear that, you can observe that. It is the mammary alveoli. So how many is there? It is have 15 to 20 like mammary lobules is there. But you know, the cells of the alveoli, in that particular sites, the milk are secreted. But how the milk are come out from that part, that time it have a in the temporary they have a lumen. That means a cavity in the alveoli where the milk are stored. But now it is transport. It is a time to transport of the milk. How they are transported? You can observe that things in the mammary lobes is there, and it is a cluster of alveoli is there. After that, alveoli opening to mammary tubules. In here, you can observe that it is the ultimately these tubes are called the mammary tube or mammary tubes. First of one is the mammary tubes, and the tubules of the each lobe join form a mammary ducts. This one is the mammary ducts. Different alveoli, different tubes, they are joining together by a tube. This tube is called mammary ducts. But it have mammary ducts. This alveoli is mammary ducts. So several mammary ducts, this one, this one, this one. Several mammary ducts are joined to form the mammary ampulla. This one is in the mammary ampulla. This one is mammary ampulla. Different mammary ducts are joined together. So most important mammary, that is the mammary ducts, that is the mammary ampulla. After that, different mammary ampulla are joined together in a lactiferous ducts. Lactiferous ducts is the most important side. In here, the milk is sucked out by the help of the baby. So most important in here. So if you are summarize this point, so what is the sequence of the milk transportation? First, the mammary alveoli is there. Next of one, mammary tubules. In here, mammary ducts. Next of one, mammary ampulla. This one. After that, lactiferous ducts. After that, then nipple region is there. Nipple is just external outgrowth, and the nipple, the areola is there. This is a brown circular portion in the most important part, and the nipple is the main side by which the baby suck the milk. So now it is time to some questions. Please you ultimately just see this question and write the answer in your comment box. First question. This is the question 1. You write down as 1A, 1B or 1C in the comment box, right? So first of one, ovulation is, we have the 4 options. Like same MCQs, it is most important ordinary NEET exam. Formation of ovum in the ovary, release the ovulation ovarian hormones. Third one, formation of ovarian follicles, and release the ovum from the ovary. Which one options is right? Please you write in the comment section 1A, B, C or D. Next question, the muscular layer, very thick layer of the uterus is, the perimetrium, myometrium, endometrium or corpus luteum. Which of one? Right? You understand this? That is the muscular thick layer. Please you write right option. And most important, which of the following organs are highly sensitive? Clitoris, Bartholin glands, hymen or mons pubis, more sensitive, right? So you write like 3A, 3B, 3C or the 3D options. And next question, which is not a part of the accessory ducts of the female reproductive system? Not part, not, right? The infundibulums, the Graafian follicles, uterus and vagina, not part of accessories ducts. Please you recall the first chart, which is I tell you at the first time. So, and the last question in our today's section, the several mammary ducts, right, joined to form option A, lactiferous ducts, mammary tubules, mammary ampulla and the mammary lobes. Which one is the right option? Please very fast you write that in comment section. Which student give the first answer? I just want to see it. Okay, so please you write as soon as possible, right? So if you understand this topic very clearly, so please you like this video. If you do not understand anything from this video, so please you dislike it also. So please you do something, right? So I am motivated about that, and last ultimately motivation is required all of the personnel to doing their activities. If you are this help to you, please you share it also your friends, so that is also be helpful to others to understand this topic very clearly from their home, right? do not waste the time to go in the tuitions. Okay, so thank you very much. So discuss a very important topic, and I think you gathered lots of information that is also helping in your NEET exam, also in your daily life or your future life. Right? Thank you very much.